All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest, and today we are talking about the Utah Weber State game. Weber State, we're talking about an FCS opponent. It should be a great opportunity for Utah to shake the dust off a little, get some young guys a lot of playing time, kind of check where some of our depth is. But for us as fans, I think the number one thing we're going to be looking at is a handful of players that I'm excited to watch and see how they perform in this game. Mainly, it's just going to be all young guys that I'm excited to see them get some more reps against less than great competition and kind of just see how they perform against them. So this is going to be the top 5 players to watch in the Utah Weber State game. So before we dive in, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, comment down below. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 players. I want to hear your top 5 players, and I want to know why. It's definitely excited to hear what you guys think. So also, make sure you guys share the video if you guys have friends that love Utah football or you have a Utah football Facebook page or something you like to post videos on. Please share mine. I'd appreciate it a lot. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button. We're putting out basically a video every day. Even during Weber State week, we're back-to-back videos every day. And I got a great group of guys helping me. And so if you guys appreciate it and want to be along for the ride, join the club, hit that subscribe. And on that note, let's go ahead and dive into the top 5 players to watch in the Utah Weber State game. All right, and here is the first guy we are going to want to watch. It is Spencer Fano. So he is number 5 in the top 5 players to watch list. So Spencer Fano, left tackle for Utah. He has been the starter for both of these games. He is a true freshman. Super impressive that he earned the starting spot, but definitely he needs to step it up a little bit. What we saw so far this season was a 54.7 grade, pretty bad pass blocking grade in a 51.9, and a little, a below average run blocking grade in a 58.2. Now, let me be clear. Against Florida, he was going up against a stud edge rusher, and he struggled, but who didn't expect him to struggle? And then against Baylor, he had a 67.5 grade. That's a above average grade. It's really good. And that's against a Power 5 school, so that's good to see. 64.4 pass block, and then he's got 65 run block. So did pretty well in that game. 65.9 run block. So did pretty well in that game, right? Above average grade. You got to be happy with what you saw there. But we do have 2 radically different sample sizes, right? We have a game in Baylor where he played pretty well, and then we have a game in Florida where he played quite poorly, again, against extremely good talent in Princely. So what I'm looking for from Spencer here is just kind of step up to the plate, just show us that you can be a dominant left tackle against FCS competition. I absolutely believe he's going to do it. He's going up against stud edge rushers in practice every week. So I expect him to step up, make it happen, and look good. But he is one guy I'm looking to watch. Again, that's Spencer Fano. He's going to be the left tackle, number 55. I expect him to get, at least a few good drives until we pull ahead in the lead. I'm sure we'll keep the starters in for a while there. And that's Spencer Fano, the number 5 player on the top 5 players to watch. All right, and the number 4 player to watch is going to be another young starter in Tao Johnson. Tao Johnson, pretty similar situation, but a little more high end than Spencer Fano, where he had a pretty rough game against Florida. A couple nice plays, but overall his grade wasn't great. And then an awesome game against Baylor where he looked fantastic, right? So Tao Johnson, 65.4 grade on the season. Let's just see him follow it up again against Weber State with another dominant performance. I think this will be an awesome opportunity for these young guys to shine and just show that they're deserving of those spots. Tao Johnson, I really just want to see him go out there, make plays on the ball, maybe get an interception, make a few nice tackles. I'm absolutely positive he's capable of doing so, and not a guy that I'm really worried about at all. I'm excited to see it. I want to see how he does against FCS talent moving forward and just kind of where we see his trajectory from here. All right. And then the number three player I'm most excited to watch is going to be Smith Snowden. So far on the season, we have not seen this kid hit the field. We have not seen him get any reps. And there was a ton of hype in the offseason, and his high school tape looked awesome. So I'm really excited to see him get some reps. He's the second string nickel back or nickel corner or slot corner, whatever you want to call it. So I'm excited to see him get in there, right? I don't know if he'll be dominant. I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen him. We haven't been at all the practices and seen just how good he is, but I know there's a ton of hype. So I'm excited to see him get some reps and look good. You know, Smith Snowden is a guy that I have really high hopes for. Seriously, the high school tape was so awesome. He was one of the best players in Utah. He was the number 4 recruit in Utah coming out, and he was the Max Preps Utah Football Player of the Year. So he's a beast. That should paint a little bit of a picture to make you guys understand this kid at least has a huge ceiling and is someone you're going to want to watch. He will be number 17 on the field. Weird number for a corner, but still, keep your eyes out for this kid. I'm sure he will be a lockdown type of corner once he's out there. So excited to watch him. All right. And the number 4 guy I'm excited to see when Utah plays Weber State is Bryson Barnes. Now, I know Bryson Barnes had a really rough week against Baylor. It was awful. It was tough to watch, but I would say that's by far the worst we've seen from him. You take a look here against Florida, he had a very, at least a good grade and looked good against Florida. So I'm excited to see him go back out there. And honestly, I'd say that 49.1 is higher than I expected it to be. I expected that grade to be in the low 40s, 30s sort of range. It was a tough game to watch, and it was rough. So not a good showing by Bryson Barnes. And the reason he's so high on my list of who I want to see out there is hopefully he doesn't have the yips now and he's just freaking out when he gets the field. Hopefully he's ready to go, he's focused, and he bounces back and looks good when he gets back on the field. You know, that's what you got to want for the guy. Now he's on scholarship. He's going to be here for a little while. So let's hope he goes out there, shows up, shows out. That's Bryson Barnes, the number 2 player on the list. All right. And the number 1 guy I'm most excited to see is going to be Nate Johnson. Before I talk about why, um, I'm going to be breaking down the honorable mentions here in a second. Some guys that didn't make the top 5, but guys that I'm excited to see that I've been following for a little while. So if you guys are some real football nerds, make sure you stick around for that because that should be a fun one to talk about for some of us that, live and breathe this stuff. So, Nate Johnson here, awesome player. Seriously, Nate Johnson, a tough week, not a terrible week, but looks awesome. I mean, we saw him last week against Baylor. He lit up the world. 89.4 passing grades. That's off the freaking charts. That's a super good grade. And it's the exact same thing I just said with Bryson Barnes. I want him to go out there and show that he could do it again. This is against FCS competition. He should light it up. That's what we expect from Nate Johnson, blue chip player. He's a stud. He should go out there. He should be great and show us why we are so hyped on him and why we think he's going to be such a big star. So that's Nate Johnson. Just looks awesome. So I'm excited to see him. And now let's go ahead and move on to some of the honorable mention guys we're going to be talking about. All right. And before we break down these honorable mention guys that we're excited about, please make sure you guys drop the video a like. Smash that like button. Seriously, if you waited this long and you're not going to like the video, what are you waiting for? Come on, guys. Also, don't forget to comment down below. What did you guys think? What is your top 5? Did my top 5 match yours? Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a fun year, ton of fun. And share this video with anyone that you think would find it fun to watch. This is a guy right here, Dadron Zipper, pretty big time recruit. Let's go ahead and pull him up here. He was a 3-star recruit, but a high-end 3-star recruit that had a really good highlight reel. Definitely a guy that I'm excited. Hopefully he can get in there and get some reps. I think that would be awesome. Let's see. Who else are we looking at? That would be a guy we'd want to see. I've been following recruiting for Utah for a while, so I know a lot of these guys. Let's see. Okay, here. This is a group I wanted to mention. So Dijon Stanley, 4-star running back out of California, big time player. I would love to see him get in and get some reps. Seriously, he was a stud his senior year. He was a 4-star when he committed to us, or I don't think he was a 4-star yet when he committed to us, maybe. But the hype around him got big. He had a great senior year. Basically, he was in an offense in California that just ran the ball all the time, from what I saw, and he dominated teams. He looked like the best athlete on the field in a lot of games. So keep an eye on him. And then right here, Steve Smedley. I would love to see him get some reps. He's a, a freshman quarterback. Looked solid in the highlight tape I found. Had some good reps there. Emery Simmons, another one here. He's the transfer from North Carolina. I'd love to see him, get in there. He's had a less than spectacular performance so far to start the year, so I'd love to see him get in there and show what he could do. Brandon Rose, not sure if he is actually no, he's not. He's probably still injured, so he's not going to see the field. Nate Ritchie, a guy I'd like to see get in there. He's gotten some limited snaps, but a guy I'd like to see get in there once the first team goes out and kind of show what he could do. That'd be fun. Nate Ritchie, if you guys aren't familiar, he went on a mission, but he played a year of football for Utah and looked awesome when he was doing it. So a guy that we should expect to be really good coming back. So another guy right here, John Randall Jr. John Randall Jr. looks like a stud, big time running back. I heard some rumors last week that he was going to get some more playing time. That didn't really pan out, but looks like a guy. He's one of those 4-star freshmen that we have coming in. So looks like a beast at running back. Keep an eye out for him. And just so you guys know, if you're looking for their jersey number when they hit the field, it's right here. That's their jersey number. Jaden Pearson, he's been on the roster for a year now. Love to see him get some more reps. I'm sure he'll get in this game a little bit. Keith Olson, a guy I've been waiting on a little while now, redshirt freshman. So we're a year into his development. I'm excited to see. Hopefully he can get in and show us what he's capable of. There's a couple offensive linemen that I've been waiting for them to develop and hit the field because their highlight tape coming out of high school looks so damn good. All right, let's see who else. Oh, Mike Mitchell, another one of those monster 4-star running back freshmen. Love to see him hit the field. That'd be awesome, dude. His tape was really, really impressive. Jet Miney, dude, straight, really good tape out of Corner Canyon High School. Walk-on guy too. He kind of like a wide receiver version of Bryson Barnes. Not Bryson Barnes last weekend, but Bryson Barnes up until last weekend. So I'll be excited to see him. He had really good tape coming in. Justin Medlock, another guy I'd love to see get some playing time. Justin Medlock was a big time linebacker recruit out of Texas. So hopefully we can see him get some playing time. Sydney and Benasour, huge, tall, long freshman or redshirt freshman receiver. I'd love to see him get in a little bit, see what he could do. Mikey Matthew. And just so you guys know, Sydney and Benasour was a pretty raw guy coming out of high school, but a lot of athletic upside. Mikey Matthews, I know we've seen him a lot, but definitely a guy that I'm excited to see get out there and show what he could do a little bit against less than amazing competition, right? Jocelyn Alaska, this is his second year in the program. Cornerback, a lot of hype for that kid. So hopefully he gets out there, shows up. Caleb Lomu, 4-star freshman, guys. This is a good one. I hope he gets in, dude, because he had similar hype to like a Spencer Fano coming in, and Spencer Fano's a starter. I'd be shocked if we didn't see Caleb Lomu in the second team group. I think he's going to get some playing time. And then let's take a look here. Who else? And if I don't mention your name and you're a player watching this video, don't be offended. I'm just seeing anyone that pops out to me. Chase Kennedy. Chase Kennedy's highlights in high school were ridiculous. Really powerful pass rusher. A guy that I still think has so much upside. He's only a redshirt freshman, has such a good career ahead of him. So I'm excited to see him hit the field. I'd be surprised if he didn't see some playing time and do some damage while he's out there. Falcon Kamatule, he's a junior. He's gotten some playing time. Hopefully he gets out there, shows out. I already mentioned Teo Johnson. I already mentioned Nate Johnson. Oh, CJ Jacobson, big time tight end recruit, freshman this year, but I'm excited to see him get the field. The tight end play so far this year has been less than spectacular, so hopefully he gets out there and shows out. Right here, we've got Mac Howard. Mac Howard, big time freshman recruit coming in at quarterback. I'm sure he will see some playing time. I think we saw him a little in the spring game as well. Kaimana Hanohano, little jitterbug type of guy, just very athletic, very quick. Guy that I wouldn't be surprised to see get out there, make a couple plays. Not little, but like a jitterbug, very fast type of guy. So wouldn't be surprised if we saw him get out there and make some plays. Jonathan Hall, smash mouth safety. Whew, I'm just running through the list here. Hayden Fury, I've always been a fan of his. All right, well, we'll call it there, okay? We'll call it there. But a bunch of players there that you guys can, take a note on and make sure you guys keep an eye out when the game starts. As we get those second, third teams rolled in and get them some reps against this Weber State team, those are guys to watch. So it should be a fun game, and those should be some guys for you to watch. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Should be a great game, guys. Go Utes.